its ups and downs. Turn your pretty face into an ugly frown. Seems that when I fix one thing.
Hello, welcome back to another 30 minutes of The Awakening. Today's topic is going to be, oh, it's tax time again. And I've got a young gentleman here with me who is very talented in what he does because this is his job. So we're going to be here for the next 30 minutes. I hope you stay the whole time and I hope you learned a lot. Welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Welcome to The Awakening.
Thank you.
You want to tell people how I found you?
Through the merchandiser. And
yeah, and people want to know about things like that, how you can find good people.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now, tell me a little bit about your life. I'm not going to pick you thin about that. But
All right. I'm a CPA.
You're a CPA.
Have been since '87.
What got you into being a CPA?
I've liked numbers all my life, even in school, high school. I like numbers.
And
So-
is this draining on you? Is this a strain?
Not really. I'm used to it now.
Really?
For the longest time. I've been doing it for over 30 years. So
Over 30 years? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It's a very long time.
Yeah. Do you have another job or is this your real job?
This is my full-time career.
Then you must be doing pretty well.
I can't complain.
Good, good, good,
my
good. Because I don't
own-
like complaints on the show anyway.
Okay, I won't complain at all. Not at all.
Okay, let me see. You been in this for 30-some years, huh? Were you ever in the military?
Marines.
Marines, okay. My mother used to tell me, don't never date a Marine, Angela.
Why not?
I don't know. She never told me why.
No,
I just never did.
We're the good guys.
I just never did.
We're the good guys.
Okay, how long do you have, once a year, do you do just the tapes, the taxes, or do you work with it every day?
No, we do it full time all year round. We have a
When you
CPA
say we,
firm.
do you have a partner?
Oh, myself and my partner, yes, Howard.
Howard, okay.
And we're around full time all year round.
What are some of the questions people come to you about for taxes?
Why must I file my returns? Is income all taxable? What can I write off? Things like that.
Okay. And you work this all day?
8 hours a day, or actually right now it's about 10 hours a day, or 12.
Really?
Or 14, depending upon the season. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Well, I'm not going to ask this too often, but do you have more women come to you than men?
Yes, we do, as a matter of
Yes,
fact.
you do? You know why? Because we as ladies, we're smart about a lot of things. But when it
Okay.
comes to figures, I don't know a whole lot about, other than my own body, but I'm talking about figures on a piece of paper. I don't know anything about that.
Well, we've been doing it for a very long time.
A very long time.
And we've been doing it, I'm told, quite well, so they tell me. So we enjoy it.
You enjoy it?
We enjoy
Do you have an office or do you do it?
We have an office over in Lanham on President's Drive.
You sure you get that out? Where is it now?
It's 4601 President's Drive, Suite 380, Lanham, Maryland,
Okay.
0706.
Okay, okay. And so you stay very, very busy. I'm glad.
So am I. Pays the bills.
It pays the bills, and today you got to take a lot of money to pay the bills.
Yes.
All right,
indeed.
here, I got a couple of questions here. Oh, let's see. Tax income as in municipal bonds. What is that? I couldn't tell you anything about it.
Well, that means your income from bonds is all tax-free. So if you invest in municipal bonds, you end up paying on that money you earn 0 taxes, as opposed to having money in a checking account. It's interest income. And
Right.
that money you pay tax on money.
That's cool. Now, we were discussing homes out here. What did you say about a home? Now's the best time to sell your house?
Absolutely. If you can sell your house now, sell it, because you can have a gain tax-free of up to $500,000 tax-free on your home if you're married. Otherwise, $250,000. The only rule is live in the house 2 out of 5 years, you're good to go. You can sell it at a substantial tax savings, yes.
But I thought this was a bad time, so houses are not selling. Or are they?
Some are in some areas are selling, especially in D.C. areas. Virginia is
Oh,
selling
yes.
quite well right now.
Probably Georgetown, too.
Oh, absolutely, Georgetown.
Yeah, I like Georgetown.
So do I.
It's a fun place to go. Okay, here's another question for you. Carpool reimbursements. What does that mean?
That means basically if you're in a carpool, you're the driver of a carpool, and you get reimbursed for using your car, the money you're receiving is tax-free. So they may pay you for using your gas, repairs, what have you. It's all to you. It's all income is tax-free. It's a way of saving money.
If you were in a carpool and you were driving 5 other people, that'd be 6 of you,
Right.
are you the one that could take the tax reduction, or can they?
No, I would take the income of, it's all free for me. It's tax-free for me. If they're paying me to drive my car to work every day, they pay me for my gas, to me it's all tax-free.
Really?
Absolutely.
I did not know that.
Now you know.
I'm learning a lot of things. Yeah, I'm getting an education. Thank you.
Well, it gets better. It gets better.
It gets better? Tell me how it gets better.
Well, for example, if you have a job and you have a 401k plan, you should try to max it out.
Now, what was that?
401k plan?
Where's the 401k? I don't know.
Oh, basically, it's money you put aside for retirement from your employer. And what goes aside is all deferred until you retire another 20 years from now. It's all deferred until you pull it out, retire. So you end up paying on that money less tax now. That's how that works. Tax
So
deferral.
there's lots of little tricks you can do.
Plenty.
Huh?
Absolutely.
What about pets? Every time you take a pet to a vet, it's $100 or more. Can you can't use pets on the...
No
Okay.
pets except for what are called medical service animals. A CNI dog,
Oh, okay.
that would count as an expense for you on your return, on Schedule A.
Okay.
But otherwise, no pets, no goldfish, no kitty cats. That doesn't count.
Okay. If you lived in your home, you've got a question down here. Selling your home at a gain. If you lived in your principal residence for 2 out of the last 5 years, you sell your home at a gain. You can exclude as much as $250,000 in gains if you're married.
If you're
Now,
single.
what does that mean?
That means if you bought a house in 1975, the house cost you $100,000, and you sell it tomorrow for $300,000, you have a $200,000 gain.
Of course.
That gain is all to you tax-free. That's how it works.
Do that again.
If you live in a house
Okay.
2 out of 5 years,
Okay, it's 2 out of 5 years.
right, and you live in your house for that period of time, and it cost you when you bought it $100,000, and you sell it today for $300,000, 300 grand, you have a $200,000 gain.
You don't pay any taxes on what you just sold it for then.
Correct. It's all tax-free.
How do you get away with that? I thought you had
It's
to...
perfectly legal.
It's legal?
Absolutely.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
if you're married, you can exclude up to $500,000 in gain.
Then you have to share.
With your spouse, yeah. That's a good thing.
Huh? Okay,
That's a
so
good
if you were married, though, and you have
Same.
to split 50-50 with your partner, but you got to be married. Can you be single and do that?
No.
Okay, that's
You have to
good.
be married.
Okay, only if you're married. But if you're there by yourself, of course, and it's your home legally, like your name is on the deed, then that's all your dough.
It's all your money tax-free. Up to $250,000.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm going to ask you something. What about car repairs and car insurance? What can we do about that?
If you have a job, not much at all.
No,
If you
you
have,
can't.
no, if you have your own business, that's a different story.
Okay.
You can then write off your car business miles driven every year, or the repairs and the gas, whichever is higher, you would do it that way.
Can you claim your children?
It depends.
Because that's one person I know close asked me to ask you that today.
Yes, you can. If
She
they
has
are,
4, and she's getting ready to go through a divorce. And the house is in her name and her name only.
sorry to hear that. She has young children. She lives with her full time. She
They're all
can.
teenagers.
That's okay. They're still in her household. That counts too. You can claim your own children. Absolutely.
So she wanted me to ask you also, well, she didn't know, she hasn't met you, I have. She wants to know if she does sell and makes his gain, if she goes to another place, would it be better for her to stay where she is or try to go in and take another big loan out on a house? Because I love the house she's in right now. But it's got a lot of memories in it, a lot of bad memories.
So if she sells her
So
house,
if she sells her house now,
right?
while her 4 children are 15, 16, 13, and 12, and she's divorced and her name is the only one on the deed, the
Right.
only one on the deed, would she be better off by staying there and make, what she's trying to find out is, would she have enough of money to go and get someplace else to live?
Well, it depends
Another
on what
home.
she can sell the home for currently. And she can buy another home at a less expensive price. She probably want to just buy a better home. But it's all about also lifestyle. If she can afford another mortgage on her new home and wants to actually leave her old home, do that. But I would say, why move?
That's a
Because
good
of
question.
memories.
I ask her the same thing. Why? Why
Yeah.
move, you know?
If it's a nice home and it's almost paid for, I would probably stay put,
You're right.
pay off the mortgage, and just be happily ever after.
Because I think she's more afraid that maybe he's going to try to come back and take some of the money when she...
Oh,
But if your name is on the deed, only your name, they can't bother you. Your other half can't take anything.
Not legally, no.
Not legally? Say that real loud, ladies.
Not legally.
Not legally can they take your house. We have to stand up for one another, you know?
I'm all for that.
I mean, I was really, when I saw you, you know what I found you in, I saw you as being an honest person. You don't have those shifty, sneaky looking eyes, okay? You have very open eyes, and you have kind eyes.
Thank you.
And I think that's very important in a man, and the way his personality is, and the way his backbone is, and the way he can rip you off or not.
Well, we don't do that.
I know, I can tell that.
Thank you.
So you're there how many hours a day? 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, or 7 days a week?
Right now we are there 6 days a week, about 10 hours a day. It's tax time.
Oh.
So we're there Monday through Saturday. Mm-hmm. Yes, about 10 hours a day, sometimes longer.
How do you have any life of your own?
Right now, we don't. But it's only a season. Then we
And
take
it's a reason.
Yes, it is.
It rhymes, season and reason, right? Okay. Tax-free compensation. What does that word mean? Group time life insurance. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh, tax-free compensation.
Recompensation, I'm sorry.
If you have a job.
50,000 or less.
Right. If you have a job and your employer offers you this tax benefit for you and your family life insurance, and they pay for you the premiums, it's all for you tax-free again. So if you have a job with an employer and they buy you for your family your life insurance policy of $50,000 or less, and they pay for it, that's all to you tax-free income. So instead of getting, let's say, additional money from a paycheck, you can ask for certain benefits from your employer, which he or she can do, and to you it's all tax-free.
Okay, as my friend's got this question. She has a lot of insurance policies, okay? And she's divorced, and his name is on some of them.
Her ex-husband.
Ex-husband.
Okay.
So could she still cash in and keep all that money, or would she have to share some with him because his name's on there as well?
Who owns the policies, him?
She does. She makes the payments.
Well, she has the right to have all the policies changed. Beneficiary. She can have anybody who wants beneficiary. That's up to her. Either him on a policy or somebody else. That's her decision. But if they're divorced now, I guess she might have it changed, I would imagine, to somebody else. Her children, maybe, put them on the policy.
Right. And she can still keep all the money like that on the policy.
Keep all the money, yeah, for the new benefit. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I hope that helped.
Okay. Any more?
Okay, let's go to some more over here. Claiming the wrong filing status. What is that?
Okay. On the return, you have 4 separate filing statuses. You're single, you're married joint.
Single.
Married filing jointly, married separately, or what's called head of household. And after December 31st, that you tell them what you are. So if you get married December the 29th of this year or last year, you are married. But you can either be filed separately or filed together.
Oh, so you can file separately if you want to.
If you want to. But you're better off filing together, usually, jointly.
Even if you're divorced?
If you're divorced, you are now single. See, married means you're legally married. Or if you become divorced, you become, once again, single or maybe head of household. And what that means is you have in the household with you kids.
Always.
Always.
Yeah.
That gives you also a better status of filing, too. If you do file as head of household, it's a lower rate, a lower tax rate that way.
How much?
Depends on what you make. Anywhere between
like
10%,
a year.
$50,000 a year, that puts you in 20% tax bracket, 20% bracket.
You can get 20%?
No, 20% tax bracket at that income level.
Okay.
Okay. But usually you're better off, if you are married, filing together or jointly.
Well, even if you get a divorce before tax time, can't you still claim that what you've been, say you've lived together for 9 or 10 months, okay, and bingo, you're divorced.
No, unfortunately, it has to be December 31st. That's the deadline.
December 31st.
So on that particular day, whatever you are is what you are. You're either single or you're married. There's no in between.
Even if it's maybe been 8 weeks, 9 weeks, 10 weeks.
December 31st.
See, I'm going to keep
That's the magic
getting
number.
you running.
That's the magic date.
That's the magic
31st.
date. I don't like that damn date. We've talked about single, married, joint, married, separate, head of household.
Okay.
I mean, this isn't funny, but I am learning a lot myself. And I'm having fun doing it.
I'm enjoying this.
We don't have to be all stuffy and all like that.
I'm all
We
for
can
it.
be just like we are.
Okay.
All right. Okay, this can affect claiming your dependents. I think you talked about that. Your tax equates to $1,000 each. What does that mean?
Okay, if you have in your household with you the dependent children, see, a lot of times people file the returns with on-it bad information. Either the wrong Social Security number for the dependents. If that's the case, it gets kicked back right away from IRS, the return, and take a lot more time to claim it and get everything processed properly. So if you do back a few $1,000 refund and you have on the bad information, it's going to be kicked out for review. Maybe audit, maybe.
Really get audit? That's bad, isn't it, to go to an audit?
It depends.
Yeah, I've had friends tell me, though, it's a really hard thing to do.
No, we do audits all the time.
Do you?
Sure.
Who comes out on the head, woman or man?
I would say probably the more honest taxpayer. Both.
Okay, you know just what to say, don't you?
I've known this for a long time. Practice.
Huh?
Practice.
A long time in practice. And you like what you do, you just keep smiling.
I love it. It's great.
Okay, all right, okay. Let's see, must use a schedule, a form 2106.
Okay.
What is that?
All right. When you file your return, you must use the right form. Otherwise, they will kick them back for review again. So if you work for a company and you have to incur your own costs to cover some expenses, you must file the right forms. Otherwise, it gets kicked back by IRS again. So if you're itemized, you claim on Schedule A, your expenses. If you have a small business on the side, you must use a Form 2106 to claim your
What is the
operating
difference?
costs.
What are some of the other names?
Oh, you have the
2106 and
alphabet. You have schedules
kidding.
A through probably H or J or K, actually. And then you have all kinds of forms. There are over 1,000 IRS forms out there, over 1,000 or more.
My God.
2106 is Schedule A through H or I, 85, 82. They're all out there. Pick a number, it's in the form.
Okay,
probably.
what if you are married? Suppose there's a couple, man, woman, okay, and each one has 2 children from a different marriage. They're living in the same household. He's paying child support out for his children, and she's receiving child support for her children. And what I need to know is this: do they file separately, or do they have to go together? That's number one. And secondly, if they should part, who can claim the most, him or her? Because they're both paying. She's receiving the money for child support. He's putting the money out for child support. So is that equal, or?
Well, it depends. The answer to the question would be best to say like this. If they're living together in a household, husband and wife, and their 4 children, okay, in that case, they would claim the 4 themselves by filing joint return, filing together.
Oh, they do it together then?
Yeah,
That's better?
it's much better that way.
You get more money?
You could.
Okay, people, listen to this, okay?
Now,
I thought you had to be separate. That's what, I won't mention her name, but that's what she wanted me to find out.
Now, if they part company, the husband and wife separate and take their 2 and their 2 to their new households, then they can only claim their 2 that they're living with them. Because it's called custodial parent. Wherever the child lives at in a particular household, they be claimed by a particular parent. That's how it works. So a lot of times you have the husband paying support when they get divorced, and they want the mother, the children are. He want to claim the kid, but he can't do that unless the mom lets him do that by filing an IRS form, allowing
IRS.
him an IRS form,
Okay.
allowing him to claim the children. But that
Okay.
rarely happens.
Okay, now let's think about this. The clothing in the family. She buys all of the clothes for all of the 4 children, okay? Because she figures that's her job. And it's not working out real good. So can she claim the clothes, or?
The clothing for the children?
Yes, they go to private schools, that, you know, that
No, you can't
kind of
do
uniforms, and she can't do that.
that. No, not to a
Sorry,
private school.
honey.
No.
But see, okay, that's a good thing to know.
Okay.
I'll ask you something about me,
All right.
okay? Like I said, I have a huge house because I've had a lot of things added onto my home. If I should get a divorce, I'm not planning on it yet, but
Yet.
if I should, you're telling me that I should do it now, get rid of the house now? I think that's what you told me.
Well,
And my name is the only name on the deed. Okay, she's all mine.
but still, you are married, and you've been in the house. How long have you lived in the house?
Well, I bought my home in 1986.
Okay. If you were to sell your house while you're still married, you could exclude up to $500,000 house gain. While you're
For me, even though it's in my
well,
name.
it's
I have to split it.
That's between you and him. But the tax law states you can exclude up to a $500,000 gain on the house. Now, where the money goes once you get it, that's between you and hubby, how it works out.
I'm not planning on this. I just want to get all my eggs in the right basket,
Just
okay?
in case, right?
Yes, because there's a lot of women who ask me these things at my gym, you know. Angie
Okay.
asking this and Angie asking that, blah, 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 blah.
All right, no problem.
Okay?
No problem.
All right. Also, let's go with the cars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I have one friend whose husband went out and spent $100,000 on an automobile. Okay?
Okay.
Did not tell her.
Didn't tell her?
Didn't tell her. Didn't tell her anything. And he comes home in this huge, I don't know what kind of a car it was because I don't remember her saying that. But she asked me to ask you. This has made her so upset and so PO'd,
I
okay?
can see why.
That she's ready to dump him. And she says, I want half that car. Now, I don't think she can get a nickel out of that car. That's my opinion, okay? I don't think she can claim anything in that car because he's only had like 3 months. But he went behind her back and did it. But that's good enough for a divorce. That's what I told her. But she says, I want half the damn car.
But that's more,
Well,
that's not my expertise. That's
it's
more
out of-
legal than accounting. That's more legal side than accounting, the tax side, really.
Uh-huh.
So we have to skip that one. Sorry.
That's okay. I have to tell her tonight.
I wonder what kind of car it was. I
Huh?
wonder what kind of car was it, I wonder.
She wouldn't tell me. I don't want to know.
Okay.
I want to stay out of these things as least as possible
So do I.
because I have people always stopping me in the stores and asking me questions, and I don't answer
Oh.
them because I don't know.
I do it all the time. I have couples come in,
Yeah, but you're a counselor in the money field. I'm not.
pretty much, but it's more than that's money, believe me. It gets very it's personal at times too, very personal.
Really?
If you're married,
Give me some dirt.
All right, for example, if you're married and you're getting back a nice refund, husband and wife, and by electronic returns, e-file returns, it goes to your separate account for your husband, not to a joint account. And the wife has complained to me, well, make him put it in our joint account. What do I do? Nothing I can do.
You can't do anything about it.
No,
If anybody's that damn sneaky.
some are.
I know people like that. I really,
Sure.
really do. It happens.
Exactly.
And I think sometimes women get the more dumping on than the men.
Usually that's the case.
Because I'm so glad say that nice and loud.
Usually that's the case.
We get dumped on, right?
Yeah.
Right. I thought
Or
so.
if you have a husband who owns his own company and the wife is just a housewife at home with the kids, sometimes the husband may not exactly file a proper return. And they file together, they both owe the income tax money unless the wife claims innocent spouse. That way it's all on him, not on her. She gets away from it, which is a good thing too. But doing more IRS forms, of course.
More iris.
But it can be done
It can be done. Anything
Yes.
can be done, I guess, if you get the right people.
in the right forms.
Right.
Exactly.
Because there's a lot of sneaky guys out there. Sorry, guys,
Some,
but it's true.
Not all, some.
Okay, rental property income and expenses must go on a Schedule E along with a Form 8582. What in the holy blazes is that? 8582.
If you own rental property,
Oh, that's good.
it's very good.
Okay, what if they don't make the payments?
Then it's
That
very
ain't gonna be
bad.
very bad, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
But from a tax standpoint, you must do the right forms. In this case, a Schedule E for rental property, Schedule E, and that has on it money received rental income, rental expenses. And if you have a loss toward your property, you can have loss on your income reduced, or your other income, say from your paycheck, unless your income is more than $150 per year,
150,000?
$1,000 per year.
You say 150, it could be $1.50.
$1,000 per year.
Okay.
Then that becomes a suspended loss, and it goes on the form 8582.
8582.
But it's not actually lost. It just keeps on going until you sell the property. And that way you have this big gain. All your unclaimed loss can be used to reduce the gains. So it works out pretty well that way.
If you're with the right person, you wouldn't have to do that, would you?
Probably not.
A person who's not stingy like that. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, let's see here.
More questions.
Failing to sign and date the return. We all know you don't do that.
It happens more than you would think.
Really?
You don't do returns, what I call the return no-nos, like you may forget to sign the returns and mail them, if you owe them money, it's considered an unfiled return. So if it's mailed on April 15th and it comes back as unsigned, and it's mailed back in April 18th, it's late. that means penalty going to take because it was filed late and interest on that money. Make sure every head returns always signed properly and
Right.
properly dated too. So you'll be okay.
So you'll be all right.
Yep.
Because I had a young son who was murdered. He was just
Oh.
12 years old. And 2 inmates had gotten out of prison. And they decided to take him and kill him. But what I'm saying about that, I have a 501c3 nonprofit.
Okay.
And I get that paperwork constantly. And I make sure those bad boys are always sent back because of any donations or anything. But I work a lot with children, kids,
okay.
teenagers, and all like that.
Good.
So I learned a little bit on how to protect myself and how to protect my child, especially if you get someone who gives you a donation. Which is, it's good when you get it because I work with them in all ages, you know, for clothing, get them jobs and so forth like that. So I have many things I do besides this,
I see.
but they're all for other people. And that's what I like about it. To me, life is worth what you can get back.
I agree.
And I want to be sure I get what's mine or what's coming to me as same as anybody else does.
That's all well and good.
Huh? Isn't that good?
However, it's great.
Yep,
But speaking of 501c3 or nonprofits,
that's right.
they are
Tell me
all,
about that.
They are all tax-free, as you know. They're tax exempt from paying income taxes.
Every year I get that tax form to be sent back,
Right.
refilled. Yeah.
But you must follow them one time and keep
Oh,
the
yes.
proper paperwork.
Yes, yes.
Otherwise, there'll be a lot of substantial penalties for not
Because
following it properly.
when I didn't get the ones ready for this year yet, they hadn't come in the mail, I realized someone's been taking my mail, okay? Somebody's been
Okay.
taking my mail. So what I did was I got right on the horn, ding, 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 this happened, or I didn't get this or didn't get that. And to be sure, they faxed it to me, to my home, to my fax machine.
Right.
And I got them in so fast.
Good.
So, I mean, I am a stickler for doing what's right.
You
What's
have to.
legal, what's legal
You
anyway.
have to.
It's
If
the
you
only way
don't
I
follow
can
it
be.
on time, it's a penalty with nonprofits of how much is it per day? $50 per day.
$50 per day when they don't get in on time.
Exactly. For the 990s. They're called 990s for nonprofits.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I've also got I call it Awakening, it's in his memory. And that's also, I have a, what do you want to call it? Oh, I own my name. Okay, I copyrighted it.
Okay.
And I'm not so dumb.
I don't think you are at all.
I thank you. I mean, I don't think I am either, but I mean, there's a lot of things that other women don't know. You know, if you have a 501c3, yeah, you're getting money coming in, but you got to be sure you use it for what you're saying you're using it for.
You do.
Because you have to have receipts. Even if for gasoline to go work with a child, you've got to have that
Everything.
too. Yeah.
Everything. And speaking of receipts, if you're giving money to your charity or to your church, you must now have the actual letter saying from the church or charity that you gave them so much money last year as a write-off.
And they don't think it's coming, if it's coming from you without a letter, then they're going to think you didn't do it.
Well, you can't claim it, period.
Oh,
That
you
changed a
can't
couple years
claim
ago.
that.
Yes.
Say that again. That's wonderful.
If you're
I didn't even,
giving a donation to your favorite church or charity,
okay.
you must receive from that particular organization at the end of the year a letter saying that you gave them so much money last year. And
I'll
a
be
canceled check,
darned.
otherwise you can't claim it.
They're becoming sticklers, aren't they?
Very much so.
Everything. My
Everything.
God.
Everything.
This has been so much fun. You know, our time is almost up. We've got about 30 seconds left.
Oh, that's all?
Huh? That's all we have left.
Okay.
I told you when you came, the show goes fast because
It was good.
it's like sitting in your own living room or my living room, whatever, talking, and
I enjoyed
it's a
it.
very. I like this. I like the way this goes.
Good. We'll do it again sometime.
We will do it again sometime. I'd like to. Thank
Okay.
you for coming here, and I had
Thank you.
such a good time with you today.
My pleasure.
I want to thank each and every one of you for watching, and I hope if we do another one, you'll watch that one too. Until next time.
Talk about it.
Talk about it. You know, life has its ups and downs.